Well, Cancerians, don't be surprised if you become little micro hermits. Go with the flow. There's so much going on in your 8th house and your 9th house. Everything's exploding. So where you're traveling is through the ethos. Where you're traveling is through the conceptual. Where you're traveling is through philosophy. And you can travel anywhere through your brain. But honestly, you just want to be left the fuck alone. So don't be surprised. We're going to dig in, get into further astrology. This, Cancerians, is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I am Michelle. Thank you for finding my channel. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content, because I create a new video for Cancerian energy every single week. And what it does is I use astrology, because I'm an astrologer, tarot cards and oracle cards, because I'm a card reader, to provide insights for you every single week on how to understand the energy so that you can best harness the energy and use it for your life's progress. There's always an extended reading if you are craving more of me. And there's 2 ways to get that. That's the traditional Vimeo way, which I always appreciate, or you can join the Unbound membership, because we got a whole lot of stuff going on the sub YouTube. That's right. It's like there's the open YouTube and then there's the membership YouTube, and we got our own little world happening, and you got access to all the extended and exclusive content that nobody else sees. Not on my Facebook, not on my Instagram, not on my Twitter. It's nowhere else but in the membership. So I hope you guys will consider joining that too. So for the astrology, let's double down. We got your 8th house and we got your 9th house. We got your 8th house, we got your 9th house. And they're exploding. They're exploding with tremendous amounts of energy. What does your 8th house talk about? Your 8th house discusses death and rebirth. It discusses the things that you can only do by yourself, you know, or the things that you want to keep private, right? The seedy shit, you know, the dirty, which we all love. We all get into that. Sometimes it's our addictive shit. Sometimes it's the indulgences, the things we take to extreme, but don't want necessarily to be anybody else's business. Okay, so there's so much energy sitting there, and then there's a lot of energy sitting in your 9th house, of course, which is Pisces. And ultimately, what does that mean? That means that 9th house is the house of foreign travel, going places, caring about the bigger picture, right? Seeing outside of what's right in front of you or the immediate, and looking beyond that. So it's not just about the immediate in the 9th house. It's about the everything, the big picture. If you've been having trouble focusing on the here and now, if you've been having trouble focusing on, you know, just like the short term, the shit you got to get done, it's because there's so much energy that's distracting you. But don't think of it as a distraction, Cancerians. Think about it as an expansion, because that's what it's meant to do. So allow yourself to be curious. Allow yourself to go off on these philosophical tangents. Allow yourself to have these conversations that take you from one place to another place to another place. And they don't have any rhyme or reason, but they are teaching you how to think and helping your mind expand. Even if you don't remember it at the end of the day, it's still enriching you. This is a time for growth. What's also happening is the primary events this week are the full moon in Virgo. And anytime that moon is moving into Virgo, you're going to want to be a little hermit, which is going to exacerbate all that energy in your 8th house, right? It's like, can you just fucking leave me alone, y'all? Can you just, I mean, they don't call it a hermit crab for nothing. You know what? You just want to be left alone in this energy, because you want to cultivate, especially since it's in direct opposition to that 9th house energy, you want to directly cultivate. You're just so curious about all the things you've been thinking and all the inspiration and all these curiosities that have been bubbling up inside of you. You want to be able to dig into it and learn more about it. Give yourself this time, man. Don't put pressures on you. Don't try to make yourself something you're not. Allow yourself that time for personal growth. But also, you're not going to want to go out, right? Not when the moon is full in Virgo. You're going to want to cultivate and clarify and honestly purge anything that's been making you sick, anything that's been making you worry, anything that you've been struggling with, anything that's been getting in the way of your progress or your day-to-day success. All those things you're going to want to like fucking clear out and clean up and give yourself that chance. You know, clean out your house, spend some time alone, clean out your refrigerator, like reorganize your nutritional standards, raise your nutritional standards, do something that's actually going to help to take care of you, help to organize your life. Let yourself do this. This is what the energy's for. And then we come to the spring equinox, not solstice, the spring equinox. So the equinox is coming, and that means that day and night are now equal. That's on Sunday. And after that, the days become longer than the night. And so ultimately, what does that mean? That means that this is the perfect time for you to cultivate your dreams, your thoughts, your hypotheses, your theories, because we're about to bring everything up past the horizon. We're about to bring all these beautiful things to light. So allow those things to be ready and set for when people start to pay attention to them and notice them. This is a wonderful time, right? The dark right before the dawn, babies. Happy birthday, Doug Denny. Where people really start to know you and what you've worked on and your thoughts, and to see it and to birth it and let it be born and let it be realized in the 3D. So let's get into the cards. All that just from a little astrology chart. Yup. You ready? Y'all ready? Let it shine. This is Scorpionic energy, which would definitely be the 8th house. Okay, so, all right. This is Aquarius energy. Well, let it shine is all about letting something out, showing something, rising. And what I say, let it shine, finally being seen for your brilliance, right? You walk around with your little peacock feathers all kinds of down. They're just scraping the dust. You're like a big old duster. That's what peacocks are. That's what peacocks are before they spread their tail. They're just like mops. They're dusting the dirt off the floor. But when you finally expand it and he finally fans it out, you're like, oh shit. And that's kind of the effect you're going to start having on people. Is like, oh shit. It's like these motherfuckers been looking at you for years and they ain't never seen your ass before. Because, bam, they never saw what you were capable of before, right? And that's changing. That's changing. And it could come through spoken words, though it doesn't have to. Reclaim your power. Reclaim your power by showing this bitches what you got. Okay? So let me say this to you, because the Virgo moon is tethering us. It's making us want to keep to ourselves. But it's also saying, be practical, dude. If you got to get the fuck outside your house and actually motivate yourself and show yourself, do it. Make the practical choice first, even if it doesn't involve what feels cozy and comfy for you, which is probably staying inside right now. Sometimes to reclaim that power, you got to get the fuck out there. People are seeing you. They're noticing you. It's like you're emerging from the edge of the forest. And then we said trust in the great mystery. This is 6 + 5 = 11. Ultimately, babies, you are awakening. You're awakening by letting yourself dive in. Diving into something, letting it wrap its way around you, letting it be all about you, being all about it. Get ready for, I don't know, it's like the next big kind of development in your life. And we'll get a little bit more into those details. Give with gratitude and grace. So taking care of others. Legitimately taking care of others could be on the horizon for you. For the sake of doing the right thing is what you would be doing. And then now is a lucky time. Very fortunate. A lot of fortune can come from this. I don't think you'd expect it. I think that you're actually showing the world exactly who you are by being the person in the room that stands up and does the right fucking thing. And as non-exciting as that sounds, this is a game changer for you. In other words, and I've been saying this to other signs too, the key word is integrity. Integrity is what's going to award you. And what is integrity? Integrity is being a goddamn adult. Somebody who has their own boundaries and sticks by them. They don't just apply the boundaries to other people, they apply it to themselves first. They have integrity is a mixture. It's a beautiful mixture of self-control and compassion. That's what it fucking is. And ultimately, that's how suddenly you shine. Because you're not willing to compromise your ideals just to get a bitch ass opportunity. You're like, I don't need no bitch ass opportunities. I am opportunity. And that's how you really show your power. And that's how you really show your beauty. By standing in your power. By being a beautiful person. By ultimately, that's what people are going to see. Holy shit. When you had a chance to be a coward because the devil comes and offers you this thing that you've always wanted, but bitch, I don't want it if I have to compromise who I am for it. That's not what I wanted. I want to be seen for the beauty that I actually am, not compromise to put myself into a get it while it's hot, get it while it's easy position. So ultimately, Cancerians, that is what you're standing out for. Your integrity has really what's brought attention to you. And then we have magic works through you. This is kind of in the past, and the abundant universe will provide. This has been coming to you for a while. And I think it's almost like, yes, you bring abundance. So first of all, a big part of your integrity is how much you help others to transfer to their higher selves. Absolutely. But it's not just because you are a fucking like road for other people to step on. It is because you are the way for other people to be inspired by. And the more you help people grow, you actually expand your universe because those motherfuckers ain't never going to forget you. You're expanding your quality. You're expanding your reach. You're expanding, you're expanding yourself by helping others grow through what you've taught them. Okay? So there's something here that you've been working on for a while. I wouldn't say since your childhood, but something here that you've been working on for a while that is actually really like taking off because you just never gave up on it. And because you never gave up on it, I tell you, you are a core to its existence. Whether this is a person or an idea, a concept, a project, a work of art, a business, I don't give a fuck what it is. You have allowed it to grow slow and grow steady, which made it grow strong and the roots grow deep. And I'm telling you right now, this Virgo moon, it's about to sprout. And by the spring equinox, you're going to start seeing some bitch fucking flowers. And people are not going to be able to take, how did you get that flower to grow? You got time because it's a long fucking story. And that's kind of what it is, right? That's exactly what's happening to you right now. Ooh, okay. Cancer. Can we just stop and be amazed for a fucking second? Because that just happened. Did you see what just happened? Five. Bam. Energy of change. Energy of change. It came out like this, and then it went. What is this? Conflict and defeat. It's done. You turned it on its head. You thought, whatever you thought, that the loss has now become a victory, a triumph. A lot of times we think we're defeated because we see other people rushing by us. And I said this in whose video? I don't know. I channel all this energy and then it's gone. I can't even remember who I said it to. But ultimately, it's like the rabbit in the hare. No. The tortoise and the hare. The rabbit and the hare, they're the same thing. The tortoise and the hare. The tortoise wasn't about the race. The tortoise was about loving to run and loving the journey. And so he just set his own pace. And because of that, he never had to stop and he never got tired. 444, you're protected. You're divinely protected, Cancerians. He never had to stop. You know, he paced himself. This is you know, I think, I'm going to say this. I think this was only a perceived defeat. I think you thought you were finished because, I mean, I don't know. You just saw somebody getting something you wanted before you. But you didn't take time to realize you were building your own path. And they were traveling on the road that was paved by somebody else. So people can be rushing by you and you think, I'm so fucking behind. What am I doing? You're paving your own road. And now what's going to happen? You're going to own that road. That's your road. You get the tolls from it. You get the taxes from it. You get the access from it. You get everything from it. You pave that. That's you. So at the end of your path is a success that everybody else heralds you for, because you blazed the fucking trail, and everybody who rides that road is now a reflection of you and your vision. See, that's the motherfucking shit that you was paving. So ultimately, Cancerians, whatever has been really feeling like it's been keeping you down, it's about to lighten up. Now, let's get a little bit deeper into that. Less abstract, if we could, please. Co-create. This has been coming out a lot in my daily tarot card readings over on Astrology Motivation, my second YouTube channel. Check that shit out. Yeah, just plug myself. You're co-creating with reality. You're co-creating. So, you're co-creating with spirit. Yes, you're spiritually connected. Of course, with all that shit illuminating in your 9th house, there's no way that you could not be focused on your God voice, your God speak, your God space. Of course. But you're also, there's a sense of meeting people. Like, be open. Because there's a partnership here that I think you needed to have. And I don't know if it's in your world yet, but I gotta say, it's being set up. It's being set up. And then we have round and round. So this is karmic and message in a bottle. You're finally getting something that's been on spin cycle. It's finally like shooting out of the dryer so that you can hear this. I feel like you finally, let's put it this way, in the most blatant terms, you finally get the fucking message. You finally get the fucking message. So what's the message? It's a fair question. I ain't talking to myself, I'm talking to spirit. And if you don't believe that, why the fuck are you watching this video? It's time to release negativity. This is Scorpionic energy. Full moon in Scorpio. And I guess maybe that's what this is. You're letting it out. You're actually speaking your mind. You're speaking your voice. You're not swallowing it anymore. Good example of this. I was in the grocery store today and I saw a motherfucker cut in front of me. And instead, because I normally will do that Cancerian thing of I'll swallow it, I'll get angry about it, and then I'll smile and pretend nothing is wrong. But instead today, I legitimately looked at this man and said, "Did you not see me?" And he looked back at me and said, no, I was here. I just had to go grab a cart. And I was like, okay. And then the person in front of him said, no, that's true. He was here. And I was like, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I appreciate you letting me know. And normally I would be like, oh my God, how fucking embarrassed. See, I just should have shut the fuck up. No, I shouldn't have. Because it's not about being right and wrong. It's about being on your own side. And if you feel like somebody's treated you badly, you need to say it. You need to say it. And then if they need to add something, you need to listen. but ultimately don't swallow your own guts. It's not the time for that. Get it out of you instead of keeping it inside of you, because you can easily resolve issues that way. Then we have, so it's time to release toxins. And that could also be time to stop eating so much fucking sugar. Time to stop drinking so much. Time to stop eating that crap. Time to stop doing them drugs. Time to stop being in a fucking relationship that's a piece of shit. Yeah, it's time to stop that. This is a time to purge. The moon has a huge impact on us, and Virgo energy, whatever is not working, whatever is fucking up your supply chain, whatever is making you unhealthy, you gotta get that shit out of your life. And yes, today is the day to do it. And then we have, you are good enough, full moon in Virgo. And how interesting that so far, the only sign that has gotten full moon in Virgo is you guys, as we approach this full moon in Virgo. And full moon in Virgo is about realizing, yes, you are good enough. Especially, you're good enough to start being on your own side and release any incorrectly perceived notion that you aren't good enough to actually express who you are and express how you feel and be seen. It's time to release negativity, and you are good enough. In other words, where you thought you'd failed and you thought you were worthless, clear it out, because it's not true. I think that you have been feeling like something is a failure that's actually a triumph. And I don't know why you've been so hard on yourself, but ultimately the good thing is the universe was on your side even though you weren't. And that's about to clear up. Let's go to tarot, because I'm curious about what it's got to say. The links are below. I'll see you over there.